Hello and welcome to Elite Weather Forecasting. Mr. G is back with you once again on your Friday evening. I hope you guys had a wonderful work week. My apologies for not making many videos this week. I am back in school, so I have homework to do every evening, plus a really long commute home from work. So it's a little bit difficult to get out here during the week, but if I can, I'm going to get a video prepared for you guys. But we're definitely going to get them out over the weekends here as we talk about this video tonight. Our city of the day is Dallas, Texas. As you can see, it's a little bit cloudy. Clearly, there's sun in the background here, or to the west of us from where we're looking, facing south over downtown Dallas. There are thunderstorms in the area today. You can see those clouds out there. Maybe we'll see some flashes of lightning across the screen as well there in the distance. That would be pretty awesome for the sake of the video. But they are looking at showers and thunderstorms down across central and southern Texas right now, and we're under severe thunderstorm watches and warnings across the area right now, where it's still 106 degrees where the sun is shining. So there across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, still triple-digit heat, but you will see some showers and thunderstorms in your forecast this evening and tonight as well during the early evenings. They'll die down overnight tonight, but in the early part of the evening, showers and thunderstorms are likely. So we got a really big hurricane to talk about, some more heat and more thunderstorms across the country. So let's move on to the rest of the forecast. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the rest of the weather forecast and what everybody else is dealing with tonight and into your weekend. And we're going to take a look at our first map. This is our current radar across the country. We're seeing those showers and storms over here over east central Texas and into Louisiana as well, to parts of Arkansas, western Tennessee, and western Mississippi. We do have a bit of a frontal boundary that's snaking its way from the Gulf Coast up into the deep south here in the Mississippi River Valley area. We're seeing those showers and thunderstorms. Then we have some more showers and storms up here across parts of the upper Midwest and the northern plains, northern Minnesota. We do have some showers and thunderstorms in the Duluth area we're looking at right now, and maybe some isolated showers and storms across parts of the Intermountain West, where we're having still some monsoon moisture and thunderstorms there along the Canadian and U.S. border and the northern Rockies there across Montana and Idaho. We're seeing some showers and thunderstorms as this frontal boundary is going to make its way to the east and drag itself across the upper Midwest and the northern Great Lakes later on this weekend and into early next week. And let's take a look at our next map. This is our current temperatures out there across America. Look here, it's still hot across the central and southern plains. We are looking at those temperatures here in the triple digits across central and west Texas and into parts of the western plains of Oklahoma, Kansas, and through Nebraska and South Dakota. We're seeing those 90s out here across the high plains, 90s across southern Minnesota and parts of Iowa and through parts of the state of Wisconsin. We're seeing those temperatures in the low to mid 90s. 82 in Minneapolis right now, so a little bit cooler compared to some of the other places there across the upper Midwest and into the Great Lakes. We're seeing those 80s in the eastern Great Lakes and into the Northeast. We're seeing those temperatures in the lower 80s right now, and those 80s across the parts of the Shenandoah and the Ohio Valley, as well as through the Appalachian mountain range. We're seeing those temperatures in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. And then across the southeastern U.S. coast, we're looking at those temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s. And then out across the west, we're seeing it a little bit cooler across the desert southwest with those temperatures in the mid to upper 90s across the southwestern U.S. Very nice up in the Pacific Northwest. Those temperatures up there in the 60s up in Portland and Seattle. We're seeing those cooler temperatures and those cooler temperatures across the Cascade Mountain Range and into the northern Rockies. We're seeing those temperatures in the 60s right now. So that's the nations where we're seeing the coolest weather at this time. But if you're across much of the Midwest and the Southeast, it's still pretty warm out there for as we move into deeper into the month of September. And then here is our current heat index temperatures. Look at that heat down there. It's still feeling like 106 and 100 and so degrees here across central Texas to the Mexican border. But we're seeing those heat indexes in the 80s across much of the plains and then across the Gulf Coast and the deep south. We're seeing those heat indexes still in the mid 80s. So not too bad overall in those areas, with the exception being central and southern Texas, where it's still pretty oppressive, and that heat, those heat advisories and excessive heat watches are still in effect across the state of Texas. Even though you're finally seeing some moisture and some thunderstorms across Texas, but where it's not stormy, it's going to be really hot again. Here is our dew points across the country. Much lower dew points across the western half of the U.S. We're kind of starting to see the monsoonal moisture start to diminish. So I think we're going to say goodbye to the monsoons coming up here within the next few days to a week or so. But we're seeing that moisture still pretty prevalent down here across central and southern Texas and along the Gulf Coast. But we are seeing the dew points drop into some areas. See right here across parts of the south here where dew points are in the upper 50s. So that's not too bad for the deep south. So southern Alabama, southwestern Georgia, we got a little pocket there of some cooler air, some cloud cover, but a little bit lower dew points as well. But nearby, it's still in the 60s, so it's still pretty humid over much of the south, but we have a few pockets where it's a little bit cooler and a little bit drier as well. So again, a lot of hit and miss stuff out there across the south and the southern U.S. Here is our satellite. This is our infrared imagery of the satellite. Here is those showers and storms down across Texas and over the Gulf of Mexico. We do have a sort of a weak tropical wave out here, and then the remnants of a frontal boundary that's coming off the southeastern coast over Florida and over the Gulf of Mexico near the Florida coastline there, and then it curves back around and comes up into the Mississippi River Valley here from Arkansas and Louisiana. There's that weak cold front in place, that frontal boundary in place, and then we have our other boundary and area of low pressure here across the northern tier of the country, the northern Rockies and into southern Canada, and that's going to be bringing showers and thunderstorms for Montana, Idaho, and eventually into North and South Dakota as we head into the weekend. We're going to be looking at some severe weather across that way as well. And then we have severe weather, showers and thunderstorms across the Northeast. We're seeing a lot of, you see these yellows, that indicates those higher and colder cloud tops. So this is where we're seeing showers and some thunderstorms across the New England area and along the I-95 corridor. So we are affecting Boston down to New York City, near Washington, D.C. as well. We're seeing those showers and thunderstorms, and some severe weather is possible across the Northeast, New England tonight and tomorrow. We could be seeing some severe weather along the I-95 corridor. And thinking of that severe weather, here is our severe weather watches. So we got a severe thunderstorm watch in effect across the entire New England area here from Maine all the way down into Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, near the Washington, D.C. area, and into the Appalachian mountain range. We got those severe thunderstorms. We do have some flash flood warnings in place, and we have some severe thunderstorm warnings into parts of upstate New York, and we're looking at Pennsylvania. That's where the Boston is. So just to the west of the Boston city proper, we are looking at a severe thunderstorm warning in that area as well. And we're seeing some more heavy rain with some flash flood warnings down here across Pennsylvania and in parts of Virginia and West Virginia as well. Some severe thunderstorms leading to some excessive rainfall and flooding issues. Here we are with our other severe thunderstorm watch in effect across the state of Texas. So much of eastern Texas, parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch there across central Oklahoma near just southwest of Enid, Oklahoma. We are looking at a severe thunderstorm warning in place of there and over North Texas. We're looking at those severe thunderstorm warnings and watches in effect right now for your Friday evening out there. And then let's take a look at our weather forecast for your Saturday morning. This is our graphical forecast, and we're going to be seeing those showers and storms continue down here across the south and over into southern Texas. As we can see, the tail end of that cold front with a weak area of low pressure associated with it as well. There's also a very weak short wave area of low pressure there, which is the open wave area of low pressure, and that cold front extends across the southeastern U.S. as you can see it right there. So we're going to see showers and storms across South Carolina and into North Carolina. And again, those showers are going to pepper their way across Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, up to parts of New York State, Massachusetts, as well as Vermont, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. We're going to see showers and thunderstorms for your morning hours on your day of Saturday. Some showers and storms across the high plains, North and South Dakota, as that storm system across the northern Rockies sweeps into the upper Midwest and the northern plains. So if you're in North Dakota, South Dakota, western Minnesota, you can see those showers and thunderstorms across those areas tomorrow morning. Beautiful weather across the western U.S. Nice, cool, dry conditions across the Pacific Northwest. Cooler conditions as well across the desert Southwest and California as well. So pleasant weather across the western half of the U.S., but a bit choppy across the east. And in the afternoon on your Saturday, those showers and storms across the upper Midwest, Minnesota, the Twin Cities, could see some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Showers and storms continue along the Gulf Coast here into Louisiana. There's that weak area of low pressure over Texas. And then our showers and storms across the southeastern U.S., North Carolina, South Carolina. We have another area of low pressure over Georgia. So we're going to see some of those showers and storms western Florida, and those showers and storms into West Virginia. West Virginia and into Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York City, New York, Long Island. We're going to see that across Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut again as well. Those showers and storms tomorrow will mostly be in the morning across the inland areas and spread to the coastal areas in the afternoon. So I-95, you will see those showers later in the day. But if you're over, say, I-81, I-76, you're going to see those showers and storms earlier in the morning on your Saturday. And then your Sunday evening, we're going to see those showers and storms again as that area of low pressure slides up from the south and some of the southeast and heads toward the northeast. So we're going to see those showers kind of backpedal a little bit and spread back across upstate New York. So over to Buffalo and Syracuse, and then across Pittsburgh as well. We can see those showers and thunderstorms spread back in those directions for your evening hours tomorrow before that system scoots on off toward the northeast for your Sunday and things start to dry up. So Saturday, kind of a stormy day across the east. A few storms up here across the upper Midwest through Minnesota and parts of Wisconsin as well. Could see some showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours for your day on Saturday. But dry weather out towards the west, Pacific Northwest, the Southwest, the Intermountain West, beautiful, drier, and cooler as well. So enjoy that while you can. Here is our severe thunderstorm outlook for your weekend for tonight. Showers and storms down here across the south as we have that low pressure area and our tail end of our frontal boundary. Here is the other end of the very same frontal boundary up here across the northeast with severe weather tonight as well. And then our other little weather system across the northern tier of the country spreading a marginal risk for some severe thunderstorms across the high plains and parts of the northern Rockies as well. And those primary threats across the north is going to be damaging winds and some hail is going to be possible. Down here to the south, we're going to see excessive rainfall, damaging winds, and some hail. More damaging winds and hail as well. The tornado threat is going to be pretty low with all of this activity, so that is a bit of good news. And we're going to worry about some heavy rain, some hail, and damaging winds that could hit 60 miles per hour plus. And then for your day tomorrow, a lot of marginal severe thunderstorm risk in place. So much of the eastern U.S., from the deep south all the way up to New England and the border up there with New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, we're going to see some marginal risk for severe weather, and then severe weather possible across South Texas, all the way up through the plains to the northern plains and the northern Rockies of Montana and Wyoming. We're going to see the threat for some severe weather. And again, this is a marginal threat for severe weather, so we're not expecting tornadoes, but some damaging winds and heavy rain is going to be possible with some of these severe thunderstorms. And then on Sunday, much less severe weather possible, and we're going to see, is this Sunday or Monday? Yeah, Sunday. For Sunday, much less severe weather, and we're going to see that primary threat across the high plains of the western plains, so towards Colorado, western Kansas, the Oklahoma Panhandle, and northern Texas, the northern Panhandle there to the north. We're going to see a slight risk, a marginal risk for some severe weather, and hail and damaging winds will be our primary threat with that severe weather. Now we got to talk about a big ass hurricane. This is a big hurricane. This is Hurricane Lee. Hurricane Lee, 24 hours ago, was a tropical storm. Now it's a Category 5 hurricane. It weakened a little bit later today, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's weakening a bit. But it had winds today at 165 miles an hour, which is a solid Category 5 hurricane. Now it's down to 155. And one of the reasons why I think that is because it's not moving very fast. It's a very slow moving storm as it churns its way west, northwest toward the southeastern U.S. We're going to talk about that as well. But as it does so, with it being so slow moving, the hurricane is sitting kind of over the same spot, and the rain and the cold and the seas are very turbulent because of the storm and the low barometric pressure. So the water is very turbulent with the high winds blowing over the water, and it's pulling cooler water from deeper down in the water under the ocean, is turning up cooler water, so it's cooling the surface, the water temperatures a bit, so which the warm water and that latent heat is what hurricanes use for their energy. Since there's a little bit less energy because of the turbulent waters, the water is being mixed, churned up, so there's cooler water being pulled up from deeper in the ocean. And the fact that the storm is moving slowly, so the clouds is helping to cool things as well, and those winds. All of these things combined is helping to weaken the storm just a little bit. It's just a little bit. It's down to 155 miles per hour. But if it picks up speed, heads a little bit to the west, I would expect it to get back up to that 165 mile per hour status. Because as it goes through time, I anticipate the storm forward progression will increase, so they will have less of that effect of that cooling because of the stagnation of the storm. Here is a look at the infrared of our big beautiful hurricane. Look at this convection right here. You can see that dark gray. There's the eye of the storm. Beautiful hurricane. Nice outflow around the out. You really see that outflow. Look how beautiful the outflow is of this hurricane. Very nice hurricane there across the Atlantic as it churns to the northwest. This is the color image there, and this here is the water vapor image, and you can certainly see that convection and all those thunderstorms around this eye of this hurricane, this Category 5 hurricane. Beautiful outflow. this is that. You can see how that outflow goes in this direction, kind of clockwise. That's because hurricanes sit underneath ridges of high pressure where the air circulates in this direction, goes in a clockwise direction, but the low pressure is down near the surface and it rotates in the counterclockwise. So hurricanes kind of go like this. In one level of the hurricane, it's spinning this way. At the top of the hurricane, it's spinning this way, the opposite way. And that outflow, it fans out. And this is what makes this beautiful design in the clouds. Very, very beautiful hurricane. Wow. Bam. That's wonderful. Beautiful Category 5 hurricane that's going to probably affect New England next week. So, the models indicate, the European model is indicating that this storm by next Wednesday, Thursday will begin to affect parts of the northeastern U.S. I'm thinking from Boston, Massachusetts to Bangor, Maine. I think the storm will make landfall near Bangor in Maine, so we're going to see potentially a major hurricane or a strong hurricane at least. Don't maybe possibly a Category 2 hurricane, maybe even a kind of a I don't know. There's another storm system that's kind of going to be in the area as well. That's going to move out in front of the hurricane as the hurricane approaches. So it's kind of a similar setup with Superstorm Sandy a few years ago, where the hurricane kind of merged with the extratropical system to create that hybrid storm. We could see a very close or near miss of that kind of a scenario again, maybe. We're going to keep an eye on it. I don't want to make those promises yet, but we're going to keep an eye on it. It's going to be a near miss with that extratropical system. The same system I was talking about here is going to kind of intersect our hurricane as it makes its way toward the northeast in New England in the U.S. So again, an exciting storm to talk about right here, a Category 5 hurricane that could very much affect the U.S. in the northeast next week. So keep it locked right here to Elite Weather for weather updates as we bring you the latest on the developments with the hurricane, as well as developments of the weather across the continental U.S. My name is Mr. G. I'm Mr. G, a student at Mississippi State University. Thank you for watching me today. Leave your likes, comments, and subscribe to the channel. Bye-bye.